This is today's breakfast. My nana's homemade Irish soda bread with some jam. And I've got my pineapple juice and my cup of tea, and bless Tom let me have a cup of tea because we only had a drop of milk left. So I got to have a cup of tea, and I am just scheduling. Oh, that's very bright. Just scheduling social updates for the day. Oh, I've just been to the post box at the top of our own. It's so cold and windy. I'm just in my exercise stuff because I just exercised and thought I might as well go, but oh my gosh, it's so windy outside. Look at my little red nose. I've only been to the bottom of the road. Yeah, but I finally posted the Christmas cards that I got last night, so all I need to do now is I've got 3 international ones, 2 in the US and 1 in Canada. So this weekend I just need to go to the post office and actually take those in. And then Christmas cards are done. I'm just about to write in my happiness planner, as this is my favourite way to start every day. Today I'm excited about. So I feel like this week's been so busy. Monday we were wrapping presents in the evening. Tuesday I had to pick Tom up from the station, and then last night Tom was helping me with a bit of work and I was wrapping presents again. So I think today I'm going to put that I am excited about having... My hands are still so cold from just being out. Having a chilled evening, just on the sofa, watching TV. Exercises, I did 10 minutes of cardio and an ab workout. And then main focus today, I'm going to put client work again, because ideally what I'm thinking is I've still got a couple of Christmas presents to get, and I'm going to town with my mum on Saturday, but I need to get a couple of bits for her so I can't get them then. So I'm going to try and get as much client work as I can today, and then hopefully, like I did, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, give myself a couple of hours off tomorrow afternoon and go then when I know it's going to be a bit quieter. So yeah, that's the plan. So now I'm going to shower and get ready and then get to work. So I've got quite a lot done this morning so far. Well, I say morning, it's 10 to 1 now, and I've mainly been working on writing up a report for one client. So one of the tasks that she's given me, you can just see like the recycling bin in the background. That's so embarrassing. Real life, people, real life. One of the tasks that she's given me to do is to come up with a way of seeing all of her metrics in one place, and Google Analytics and analytics in general is something that it's a skill that I sort of developed when I worked in the like professional corporate world. Oh, got a really tickle. In the corporate world, and it's something that I've sort of taken with me now I run my own business. So I've been doing that this morning, which took a lot of time to get it all set up initially, but it looks really, really good now, so I'm going to have a call with her later about that. And then I've also been going through and updating her social schedule and updating the content within the social schedule. So, oh sorry. So some of the tasks that I was going to do tomorrow, I'm going to do today, because if I can get all of my client work done today, apart from a couple of hours for a client that I'm planning to do tomorrow, then that means I've got the rest of the day to maybe do my own blog posts and what else? Go nip for some more Christmas bits. So yeah, so I'm just going to make my lunch now. Just going to make some rice and some veggies because that's what I usually have. And while I'm just waiting for my lunch to cook, I just thought that I would answer some questions that you guys have been sending me. So it's been quite funny actually, because I put on Twitter, because that's usually where I chat to people the most, and it was funny because I expected to get like a few people with like one question, but then like 2 or 3 people came back with like 4 questions each. So I thought that while my lunch is waiting, I would just go through some of those from a couple of people that have sent me quite a few questions. So the first few questions are from Molly. And Molly's first question is, how do you structure your day? So I think this is really, this has been really important for me as someone who is, I'll spin you this way, as someone who is self-employed. I think having a routine, if I didn't have a routine, I don't think that I would be like as productive as I am. So in terms of how I structure my day, the best way that I found to do it is that I like spending time in the morning with Tom, my fiance. So I always get up and we have breakfast together, and usually while I'm having breakfast I schedule my social content for the day, and then during December I've been editing the previous vlog for Vlogmas. Then when Tom goes to work, I will exercise and then get ready. So I'm sat ready to do client work about 10 in the morning, and then I just basically work until the work is done. In terms of how I do like projects and things like that, I work based on deadlines. So on a Monday, I dedicate most of that day to work for a branch of Holly. If I can get all my blog posts for the week written in that day, then that would be great. But I've actually started switching that to a Friday because I've started creating more content, so we'll see how that goes next week and in the new year. So basically I know that on a Tuesday I have a deadline, so I get that blog post written on Tuesday. And then, for example, if I'm scheduling somebody's Instagram and Twitter content for the following week, I know that I might not need to do that until like Thursday. So I basically base it on the projects and deadlines I've got, what time I've got available, and then that works really well for me. Okay, the next question from Molly is, what's the most challenging and rewarding thing about being self-employed? Okay, so challenging thing. The most challenging thing for me has been, what would I say? I would say being alone is probably the most challenging thing. And I know I'm not really alone, but when you feel like you're alone, I feel like that's been the most challenging thing for me, because I have gone from like even as far back to like being at school and uni and then work, and I've always been with people, and I'm such a talker. If you've not noticed by now when you're watching these vlogs, I'm such a talker. So yeah, I don't have a problem like motivating myself or anything like that, but I think I do struggle a bit with like the loneliness side of it, and just like being on my own every day. But then the most rewarding thing, just I wouldn't say getting to do what I love, because I feel like that's quite a cliche statement, and like don't get me wrong, there are days when I'm like I cannot like be bothered with this today, or I have a really bad day and technology doesn't work, you know. Just because people are saying that they're self-employed and they love what they do doesn't mean that they don't have bad days. But the most rewarding thing for me is knowing that what I am doing is paying off. So like everything that I've worked for and everything that I've been doing has like been paying off. And like it's not even like, I wouldn't even say like being able to have a flexible schedule is rewarding, but it's not like that for me, because like I love a routine. So I won't like say, oh, I'm gonna spend Tuesday afternoon out. I would rather like spend it like doing work. But I'd say, yeah, the most challenging thing is definitely the loneliness aspect and how it affects you mentally, and the most rewarding is just knowing that I'm, you know, doing what I've always wanted to do. And the final question from Molly. These are really good questions, Molly, by the way. How did you get to the point of running your own business? So I'll go over it fairly quickly. I have done a full video on this. I did a full Q&A on how I became self-employed, so I'll link it somewhere over here. But I basically, people started coming to me for advice and tips, and my online presence. There was a point when my online presence like skyrocketed at some point in 2015, and my stats and engagement just doubled. And that was when I first started delving into the world of self-employment and business owners, and I thought this was something I could do. I'd had 4 full-time jobs by this point in the space of a couple of years, and I knew it wasn't going to be, that life just wasn't going to be for me. I put up a services page. I knew I could do writing, I knew I could do social media, but it was only when I got my first client, which was through one of my friends, and I'm still friends with her today, and she just basically just wanted some help just to try it out and see what happened. So I worked with her for a month, and then so this was still alongside a full-time job, and then following that I got my technically my first proper client, who I'm still working with today, and we're really good friends. And then I got a referral from someone, so by that point I had 2 clients, and I was just about coping, doing everything alongside my full-time job. And then I got a new client who wanted me to do a ridiculous amount of hours a month. I think it was like, well, no, it doesn't seem like a ridiculous amount of hours. It was 30 hours a month I think she wanted me to do. But put that like alongside a full-time job, my 2 other clients, my blog, life in general, it just wasn't going to be possible. So that is when I sort of made the decision to take the leap. I was of the view that, okay, I can try it now. If it doesn't work in 6 months, then I can get another full-time job, that's fine. But it has worked out. So that's quite a short version of saying it took a long time. It didn't happen overnight. But it was all about who I knew. It was all about the contacts I already have. But if you want to know more about that story in more detail, then definitely watch my self-employment Q&A, because that'll answer all your questions. Okay, I'm in the kitchen now just so I can look after my rice and veggies. So the next lot of questions are from Phil. Hi Phil. Phil sent me about 6 questions, so I'll see how many I can get through, but I don't think I'll be able to get them through them all now. How did you get into social media? Well, I first got into social media because I knew it was something that I needed for my blog, and then when I was on my master's course in 2014, which was also when I started my blog, I actually realised that and not to sound like big-headed or anything, but I actually realised that I knew quite a lot more about social media than other people, and that sort of was like a light bulb moment for me. So I threw myself into research, and I was reading social media, I was trying it out for myself, and then when I was looking for jobs in digital marketing after my masters, I tried to make sure that I was looking for them in social media, and that's sort of how my skills developed until I thought I was skilled enough to offer them as services, which I now do. And don't get me wrong, like, I think I'm quite knowledgeable, but there's always more to learn, so I'm always constantly reading up on the latest social trends and trying new things out. So yeah, that's how I got into it. Okay, the next question from Phil is, out of 10, how are you finding VLOGMAS? Okay, it's actually been so much more fun than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have absolutely nothing to film about because it's literally just me in my home office, but I have absolutely loved it. I mean, it's been so great. It's been difficult, like knowing that I have to sort of like edit a video and upload a video every single day, especially with my internet, is a challenge. So out of 10, I'd probably give it like 8.5, 9. Yeah, I'm strong. It's my first year doing it, and I'm so excited to do it next year, I can't even tell you. Okay, I've got time to answer one more question before I go have my lunch. What are you most looking forward to at Christmas? So this Christmas is very, very different for me and Tom this year, because it's the first Christmas that we won't be waking up like in our mum and dad's houses. It's the first Christmas that we are spending in our own home. It's the first Christmas, it's the second Christmas that we've been engaged, but it's the first Christmas that we're spending like together as an engaged couple. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being with family, but I'm really looking forward to, because Tom proposed on the 23rd of December last year, so Christmas is an even like more special time now than it's ever been. So I'm really looking forward to waking up with Tom on Christmas Day and having that time in our first home, which is lovely and just unreal, in a good way. And I'm also looking forward to being with family and giving them their presents and just spending time together, because I don't see like my mum and dad as much now that I've moved out, and I don't see my brother as much anymore because he's moved to Manchester, and we're so close as a family. So any time that I get to spend with them now is so valued. So, and I'm looking forward to time off. I'm not gonna lie, I've not had a proper break since I started this business, which was in August. So I'm definitely looking forward to having some time off too. Oh, that was a nice little Q&A, wasn't it? I'll try and answer some more questions later. I think I just got a few more tweets through then that are more like social related, so I'll have my lunch and then see how I get on this afternoon and get back to you with some more Q&As. So it's nearly 3:30, and just, you might not be able to see because of my reflection, but look at the weather. This actually makes it look lighter than it is, but it is so dark. I just, like, I know it gets like, I nearly fell then, I know it gets dark at this time of the year, but for it to get this dark at 3:30, I feel like I should be getting ready for bed, it's so dark. Anyway, I've got through so much client work today, a few things actually needed to do, I didn't end up needing to do, if that makes any sense to you at all. So I had a bit more time, so I've got half an hour now before I have a call with a client, just to get some, I'm going to get some admin bits done, and then I'll see how I feel and what I've got left when my call finishes. So I've just had a call with a client and that went really well, although she did have the flu, bless her, so I hope she gets better soon. And then the last thing, big thing on my list was to create a goodbye packet for a client. So my contract ends with her tomorrow, and she basically said that if I could send her anything over that would be of use to her, that she would find helpful. My hair's not playing ball today. Helpful, and she'd really appreciate it. So I created her a goodbye packet, and I just thought I would show you some of the things I have put inside it. So I've made it on Canva, and I've made it branded in my brand colours. So I've just done a little welcome piece of text just to say thanks so much for getting to work with them over the past few months, and what they're going to find in this goodbye packet. So I've sort of written them a cheat sheet, so I've got some notes about Twitter tips, how to find, because I basically did their social media management, how to find other articles to share on Twitter, a bit of advice for using interest, and a link to a useful blog post. And then I talked specifically about their blog, so I gave them advice about, you know, looking at Google Analytics and reading other blogs, things to bear in mind when you're actually writing a blog post, in headlines. And I've also given them the link to the headline analyzer tool, which is what I've created a tutorial on using. And then I gave them a few more notes about writing introductions and conclusions, just to sort of help them out with that. And then I also provided a quick tutorial for them, because I manage the Twitter account, and in order to get them the best possible results, I updated their optimal posting schedule once a week. And this is just a quick tutorial showing them how to do that on Follow a Wonk, and it's really easy, and then they'll just be able to update it weekly, so I included that because I thought that would be helpful. And then I gave them an overview of how my services are changing and the services I'm going to be offering in 2018, just in case they want to work with me again. And then I also asked them for a testimonial at the bottom. And that is it. So I think it actually turned out really well. This is the first client that I'm sort of saying goodbye to, and the first one I've had to create a welcome packet for. So I'm quite glad that I've created this, and now I can use it as a template moving forward. Also, we added some of those little bits to the tree that my Nana got us. So we've got a few more hints of red now, and there were these little snowflake ones as well, which I think are really cute. So yeah, I think it's looking really good. I'm really happy with the tree, our first tree, although the angel again is looking a bit wonky. So Tom just went to get a parcel, well, what we thought was a parcel from a house, and it's a lovely Christmas card from one of my clients, and she's put to Holly and family, thank you for all your hard work this year. Congratulations on taking a huge step forward with your business. Wishing you a beautiful Christmas and a happy new year, and a cheeky little H&M voucher. So I think I might get myself an early Christmas present with that. So that's so lovely. That's really nice. I didn't expect that at all, so I'm feeling very grateful. I always open them the wrong way. What have I got today? Oh, a shooting star! Oh, that's so cute. Look at that.
That's good, isn't it? I think I've got a snowman.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do my candle one now.
Yeah, really like detail those ones you've got.
I know, it's a great advent calendar. Thanks. Number...
Oh! It's not one of the balls.
Oh, a red.
Today.
Oh, is it not?
No.
What is it? Oh.
One of the actual
Oh.
chocolates.
Smell. Mmm, nice.